Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, I will start here.
Sure.
Yeah. Good morning, Dr. Arvind Yadav, and good morning to the participants who are watching this live session. Exploring perspectives of AA and ML is an engaging and enlightening session that invites you to embark on a captivating journey into the fascinating world of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And AI and ML are not just buzzwords, they represent a profound transformation in the way we interact with the technology and make decisions and shape the future. In this session, we will dive deep into the core concepts and applications of AI and ML, allowing you to unravel the mysteries behind these rapidly evolving technologies. You will gain a comprehensive understanding of how AI and ML are reshaping industries, automating tasks, and enhancing our daily lives. Whether you are a novice looking for an introduction or a seasoned professional seeking to broaden your horizons, this session offers a valuable opportunity to explore the intricate web of algorithms, data, and decision making that powers AI and ML. As we venture through the perspectives of AI and ML, you will uncover their potential to revolutionize healthcare and transportation, finance, and many other domains. This session is your gateway to understanding the underlying principles, real world applications, and the ethical considerations surrounding AI and ML. Before we start Dr. Arvind Yadav's session, I would like to give some short introduction about him. Dr. Arvind Yadav is a distinguished authority in electrical engineering, specializing in image processing. He earned his PhD from the prestigious IIT Roorkee in 2016 and has since accumulated over 2 decades of teaching experience. Dr. Yadav currently holds the esteemed position of a professor in the Electronics and Communication Engineering Department at Parul Institute of Engineering and Technology, Parul University, Vadodara. His impressive academic journey includes mentoring numerous PhD candidates and successfully supervising international projects, notably securing an 80,000 grant from the Royal Academy of Engineering, UK, for a project titled AI, IoT, and Digital Technologies for Future Sustainable Smart Cities. Dr. Yadav's research efforts are currently focused on developing an open access web portal for predictive analysis and visualizations of maternal and child undernutrition in India, funded by the Indian Council of Medical Research with a grant of 53 lakhs. Dr. Yadav contributions to academia encompass 16 journal papers in SCI, SCIE, and Scopus in text journals published by esteemed publishers like Elsevier, Springer, Taylor, and Francis, and World Scientific and InterScience. He has presented his research findings at over 53 national and international conferences, including IEEE and Elsevier and Springer, with a primary emphasis on signal, image, and video processing, particularly in the medical field. Furthermore, his expertise extends to the application of machine learning and deep learning techniques in object recognition and classification. At the end, I would like to introduce to the motto of Dr. Arvind Yadav, unveiling the future of technology, emphasizing the exploration of AI and ML as technologies that shape the future. I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Arvind, and also thanks a lot for joining us today, and over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sugandhi madam. So, good morning, everyone. So, my topic for today's presentation is exploring perspectives of AI and ML. As madam has rightly mentioned, it is not a buzzing word. It is something that is playing a vital role in our daily routine. Next slide, please. So, I'm working with Parul University. Probably you heard this name before. Parul University has recently got accreditation from the highest body, NAC A++ accreditation in 2023. It is having more than 23 courses offered by Parul University, which includes engineering, pharmacy, homeopathy, medical, MBA, and whatnot. Next, please. Madam, next slide. Before I start my presentation, let me just give a disclaimer. The content which is being prepared or available in this slide, it is taken from different online websites, books, research papers, and my own publication. And the only motto of this presentation is dissemination of the information for academic research and information only. Next, please. Now, if we talk about artificial intelligence, it was started long back. People have started working on artificial intelligence in 1950s or maybe before that. So artificial intelligence, you may assume it is a human body, right? It's a human brain that we are talking about. So it is the outer structure that we are looking at. So the artificial intelligence motto is engineering of making intelligent machines and programs, the way our brain works. Now, if we look, this is our brain, but if we go, this is the outer structure that we are having, and inside that there are several neurons. The neurons are well connected to each other. They are well connected to all the senses like eyes, hands, legs, everything. So whatever the information is being collected, it is being fed to the neuron, and the neuron, based upon the learning that it has taken place, it will decide what to do or what not to do. So if we divide the artificial intelligence is the topmost structure. Under artificial intelligence comes machine learning. So in general, machine learning is ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. The system has to learn by itself. Initially, you need to program it, but then it is going to learn it from the data that is being fed to the machine. And the subdomain of machine learning is a deep learning, which is something that you all are aware of nowadays. So deep learning is basically learning which is taking based on deep neural network. So if you look over here, you're having five layers that is being given on the left hand side. The input layer is there. On the right hand side, extreme right hand side, output layer is there. And in between, there are three layers, and these three layers are known as hidden layers. So more the number of layers, better the learning will take place. Now, if you look at the timeline, which is given on the bottom side, so uh, it started somewhere in 1950s. Then till 1970, the work was going on. But in 1980, the machine learning was introduced. From 1980 to around 2006, machine learning was something that was the focus. But just after 2006, the deep learning came into the picture. And now, if you talk about machine learning, probably everybody is going to talk about deep learning. They will talk about CNN, they will talk about RNN, they are going to talk about vision transformer. So, all these things are nothing but the extension of the deep learning technique. We are going to discuss what is artificial intelligence, what are the subdomains of the artificial intelligence, what are the applications of the artificial intelligence in the subsequent slides. Next, please. So, just have a look. AI. So, we are considering two things over here. One is the automated, and the second one is the intelligence. Now, if somebody wants to dive into the AI, they need to identify the application domain. So here, broadly, it is automated and intelligence. So when we talk about automated, the main areas are deterministic rules and processes and decisions. That is what the business is looking for. So it may be a robotic process, it may be a rule engine and BPM. And the application is basically automobile repetitive task. There are certain tasks which has to be repeated again and again in the automotive industry. So there they are making use of AI for deterministic tools and process and decision. The next main area is robotics. So in robotics, the robotic process will come into the picture. Then chatbots or virtual assistant will come into the picture. They again go into that automobile repetitive task. Next one is a event processing. So when we talk about event processing, it may be a simple event or it may be a very complex event. And basically these events are generated in order to give some alerts. Next one is a predictive knowledge management. Now in predictive knowledge management, we talk about deep Q&A system, which is nothing but the automated speech recognition or automatic speech conversation. And the last area that is mentioned over here is a NLP, natural language processing. So the natural language processing is something that we find uh, in our daily routine, like text to speech conversation, translation, and speech to text. So, for example, you are having a content available in Chinese and you don't understand Chinese. So, what you need to do, just copy the content, go to the Google Translator, select Chinese to English or Chinese to any other language, and copy this content, and you'll find out the Chinese to English or Chinese to the native language that you're looking at, the translation takes place. So the application of translation, text to speech, and speech to text, it is basically in automated speech recognition, automatic automated writing, and automatic speech conversion. And the last area that is mentioned over here is image to text. That is again for automatic writing. But for that, we'll go into the machine learning. So if you look the next row, here it is mentioned intelligence. Now, in order to bring the intelligence into the system, we make use of machine learning algorithms. Basically, there are three categories or three areas when the machine learning algorithm can be classified: unsupervised learning, supervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Now, when we talk about supervised learning, it is something like you are having a tutor available with you and the student is learning under the supervision of the tutor. So, whenever the correction is required, the tutor is going to give the correction to the learner, and finally, the actual learning takes place. In unsupervised learning, there is no tutor. The candidate is going to learn based upon the corrections or based upon the error that has taken place. And the reinforcement learning talks about whenever the learning is correct, some appreciation will be given. When the learning is incorrect, some penalty will be given so that the correct learning can take place. So, unsupervised learning, so basically it goes into deep learning, deep neural network. So, whatever application or the most of the application that we are having for deep neural network is basically for unsupervised. It doesn't mean that deep neural network cannot go for supervised learning. Yeah, of course it can. Similarly, reinforced learning, supervised learning, and unsupervised learning can be done with the help of classical models like Bayesian model, regression model, tree, and several other things. Now, if you look at the best examples of deep neural network, it is image to text conversion, image recognition, and classification. So the classification may be of text, may be of image, or etc. So basically, image to text is for automated writing, and image recognition and classification is for automated grouping. Now, if you look at the classical model, so the classical model, they basically find applications in numeric prediction, probability assessment, and optimization. And the result is predictive recommendation scores, actions, rankings, and forecasts. So this slide basically gives an idea that how the AI can impact almost all the daily routine activity that is being performed at home, at industry, at academic organization, or any places nowadays. Next slide, please. We have seen the basic view of the artificial intelligence. But what is artificial intelligence? So, in simple terms, it is the process of building intelligent machines from large volume of data. You are having a data. That data need to be fed to the machine, and the machine should be able to infer the information that is lying in the data. So the system learns from the past learning, that is a historical learning, and experiences, and the idea is to mimic the human-like behavior. That is what the artificial intelligence is all about. It not only enhances the speed, precision, but effectiveness of the human effort. So the artificial intelligence is moving towards becoming or behaving like a human. The AI, it makes use of complex algorithms and methods to build machines that can take decision by their own way. Now, in order to support the AI, the machine learning and deep learning algorithms, they are the core of the artificial intelligence. Next, please. So here is a pictorial representation of what I was talking in the previous slide. So you are having a large volume of data. Now, when I talk about data, the data can be binary, data can be text, data can be image, data can be video, data can be combination of each and everything. It can be structured, it can be unstructured data also. And the computer system that is shown over here, you'll see the brain structure is over here. So it is learning from the data. And finally, when the learning takes place, it is being used for building an intelligent system. Next, please. Now, if you want to understand the artificial intelligence, first of you need to know what is learning. So three different definition of learning is given over here. The first one is by Herbert Simon. Learning denotes changes in a system that enables a system to do the task more effectively next time. So every time you do the uh, task, based upon the previous learning, based upon the previous obstacles, based upon the previous innovation, you'll be able to do the task efficiently next time. Second definition is by Michasky. It is a constructing or modifying representation of what is being experienced. And the last definition is by Marvin. Learning is making useful changes in our minds. So, in short, machine learning refers to a system which is capable of autonomous acquisition and integration of the knowledge. That is basically what we are looking at. Because nowadays we are having cameras, we are having sensors everywhere, and they are collecting a lot of data. They are collecting data such that a normal human being or a group of human being will not be able to learn from it, will not be able to interpret that thing. So here comes the role of machines, here comes the role of algorithms, which is going to mine this data and extract the needed information out of that. Next, please. So let us summarize what learning means over here. Most perceptions, that is, when we talk about perception, we are talking about the input. So most perceptions in the brain may be due to one learning algorithm. That means what we need to do, build learning algorithms which mimics the brain, because the artificial intelligence is basically a approach of behaving like a human brain. Most human intelligence is due to one algorithm. That means what we need to do, learning from the take data, that is supervised learning, where the label is already given. So it is something like that. If we need to teach a kid, so this is a chair. So first time you need to show them a chair and you need to tell them this is a chair. Then you'll be showing them variety of chairs, and again you'll be taking that, okay, this is chair having three legs, this is chair having this color, this is chair having another color. So when the kid or the child sees variety of chairs, so next time if some other variety of chair is given, so it is going to understand, okay, the chair is having probably four legs, it is having a back support, it is having hand support, and if something like that is there, then it is a chair, it falls in the category of chair. So this is how the machine is also learning. Bigger data means more training is better. If the number of samples which is being used to prepare the model is more, then it is expected that the model is going to give the best outcome if the unknown data is fed to it. So we have talked about supervised learning. Let's talk about unsupervised learning. So in the unsupervised learning, the data is untagged, no label is being given. The system has to group it, the system has to cluster it in such a way that they fall in certain category. And here comes the role of deep learning approach. Next, please. So what is AI? It is an engineering of making intelligent machines and programs. Initially, you are going to write a program, but the computer system, which is going to run that program, it is going to make the changes in a program so that it can infer the minute information which is available in the signal, and it can take a decision which is very much like a human being. Next one, please. So artificial, again, when we say artificial, artificial means it is not available in nature. So artificial is produced by human art or effort rather than originating naturally. So intelligence is the ability to acquire knowledge and use it. So the algorithm that is going to be written is going to be written by the human. It is not the natural process. And the algorithm is written in such a way that it is going to learn from the data, and based upon the application, it is going to infer the information out of it. So if it is a classification, let us say it is a binary classification, it will say yes or no. If it is a prediction, it is going to say fine, after a certain time the temperature might be this or it might be that. But how it is going to do it? Because it has learned from the previous data, it has learned from the previous experiences. The more data is given to the system, the better the accuracy of the system would be in classification or in prediction. So let's put the definition of AI. AI is the study of ideas that enables computers to be intelligent. We want computer, the machine. When we talk about machine, we basically focus on computer. So the AI wants to make the computer intelligent. AI is a part of computer science concerned with the design of computer system that exhibits human intelligence. So the emphasis that is given over here is the computer system should exhibit human intelligence. Next, please. Now, within such a short duration, it is very difficult to cover each and every aspect of AI. But I'm just trying to give you a boundary or a domain in which you can explore the AI. So the main topics in AI can be considered under a number of headings like search. You are having a lot of search engines available over it, internet. So you just type something and probably you are going to get some information. Then the search also includes in game playing algorithm. Then representing knowledge and reasoning with it. AI is used in planning, Machine learning is one of the component of AI. NLP, which is basically dealing with the natural language processing. Then expert system is one part of the AI, and interacting with environment like vision, speech recognition, and robotics. They are basically the main topics in AI. Next, please. I'm not pretty sure whether, yeah, I'm not pretty sure whether everything is clearly visible to you or not. But this particular slide gives the impact of AI in almost all the area. So let us start from the uh, 12 o'clock. So banking and personal finance. You'll find out the artificial intelligence has its impact in banking and personal finance. Transport is another area where AI is dominating. Retail space, of course, you cannot think of retail space nowadays without artificial intelligence. Education. Well, education is not untouched with AI. For example, nowadays we are having plagiarism checking softwares. So, like Trinity is one such software, Authenticate is one such software where the artificial intelligence is being used as the main component that determines whether the content that has been prepared by the student or the individual is plagiarism free or not. Similarly, there are certain tools available in educations which helps you in writing, grammar correction, and all these things. Then there are certain tools available which can help you in learning better. So the education is another area where AI is dominating. Next one comes communication, gaming, media, hospitality, hospitality sector. So if you want to move abroad just for a visit, so you can do the booking from here only, right? Earlier it was not possible, but nowadays it is possible because there are certain websites available through which you can explore the area based upon your budget. You can think, okay, which hotel will be more suitable for me, or based upon the location that you want to visit, you can identify the best suitable hotel for you. Entertainment, Netflix is one of the best example of artificial intelligence for this entertainment. Yeah, workplace management is another area where artificial intelligence is playing a lot of role. Mobile, mobile is something that is being used by most of the people, and there are certain applications in the mobile that you'll find out is equipped with the artificial intelligence. Sports. So if you are good with sports, you'll find out most of the sports are making use of artificial intelligence in order to improve the efficiency of the player. Like if you see currently the World Cup is going on. So in the DRS system, they basically predict whether the ball is going to hit the bat or not, the ball is going to hit the uh, stump or not. So there they are making use of machine learning algorithms and artificial intelligence to predict the correct decision. Then comes the aerospace. Online shopping is another area. So artificial intelligence is being used in online shopping, like you are having websites such as Flipkart, Amazon. All these are making use of artificial intelligence. So next time when you go and search something, it is going to give some similar searches. Okay, these are the products probably you are interested into. So how it does? So it actually looks at your behavior, the kind of products you have searched. Based upon that, it is going to give you some more options. Healthcare. So healthcare is one such industry which is not untouched from artificial intelligence, and in future it is going to be one of the most a dominating industry where you will find out dominance of artificial intelligence. Agriculture is another area where a lot of artificial intelligence based applications are there. Nowadays, drone technology is being used in order to increase the yield, in order to ensure that things are fine. Real estate is another area. Social networking websites or social networking applications like WhatsApp, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, they all are making use of artificial intelligence. Defense system, smart home, cybersecurity, insurance, events, and politics and government, you'll find out they are also making extensive use of artificial intelligence. So, in short, I can say any application, you just think of any application, and probably you'll find out AI is playing a role in order to make it an efficient system. Next, please. So here are different branches of artificial intelligence. Now we'll start from the left hand side. So machine learning is the subdomain of artificial intelligence, and deep learning is another subdomain of artificial intelligence. Then the next area in artificial intelligence is natural language processing, where text generation, question answering, context extraction, classification, and machine translation comes. So natural language processing is something that you might have heard of. It is being used extensively, but you don't find out the machine learning take attached with that. But yes, of course, machine learning is always there into that. Then building an expert system is also a task of the artificial intelligence. Next one is speech recognition, speech to text and text to speech conversion. Then vision, where machine vision and image recognition is there, planning and robotics. So this is another way of representing what I have shown you earlier. Next, please. Fine. It is more or less the same thing that is being presented earlier, but the approach is different. For example, in the center, artificial intelligence is there. And if you look over there, cognitive computing is there. So, what is cognitive computing? So, cognitive computing is something which is very close to the human brain. For example, thinking, interacting with human, acting, and receiving. So, when I think, so basically, I talk about a decision making system. And in order to have the decision making, I have to have a machine learning algorithm with us. So the applications or area in which machine learning algorithm plays better role is recommendation system, data mining, deep learning, reinforcement learning, unsupervised learning, and supervised learning. These are the machine learning approaches which are being used in order to carry out the thinking task of our AI. Now, when we talk about a decision making system, then case based reasoning and expert system will come into the picture. So now we are just trying to correlate with the previous slide, right? What machine learning algorithms are there which actually makes artificial intelligence possible. Expert system, how it is playing a role into the artificial intelligence. Then if I have to respond something, so here comes the role of space synthesis, natural language generation, robotic process automation, and control of other systems. Next one, if we move in the anti-clockwise direction, computer vision and hearing. So speech recognition, handwriting recognition, optical character recognition, which is a OCR, image and video recognition, and facial recognition. These makes possible artificial intelligence through computer vision and hearing. And the last but not least, natural language processing, which is basically used for natural language understanding, machine translation, and sentiment analysis. So just have a look over here. If anybody who's interested in artificial intelligence, they just need to identify the domain in which they wish to explore it. And probably this particular slide may be helpful to them in order to just narrow down that where to focus in order to make this AI possible. Next, please. Some of the applications of the AI is being listed over here, but it is just a peanut that is shown over here. The list is endless. So AI has got application in transportation, healthcare, banking, retail, entertainment, and e-commerce. And you keep on adding and you'll find out that AI is having its application over there. Next, please. Fine. So let's have a broader understanding of the categories of artificial intelligence. So in general, the artificial intelligence is categorized based on capability and based on functionality. There are three subdomains under based on capabilities and four subdomains under based on functionality. Narrow AI, general AI, and super AI. These falls under based on capabilities. And reactive machine, limited memory, theory of mind, and self-awareness, they basically fall in based on functionality. Let us explore based on capability and based on functionalities types of artificial intelligence. Next, please. Yeah. So the first one is a narrow intelligence. So when we say narrow, that means it is focused one. Specializes in one area and it solves only one problem. Now, the best examples are Siri, Alexa, and Cortana. So you might have seen the advertisement. Siri, search this one. Alexa, search this one. So what they are doing? They are based doing or solving one problem. So that is the first part, artificial narrow intelligence or narrow AI. Next one is just upgraded version of the narrow AI that is called general intelligence. So it refers to a computer that is as smart as human across the board. So we are not talking about a superhuman. We are just talking about a human which is having the capability of taking decision, learning new things, executing new things. So general intelligence is the next level of narrow intelligence. And the highest level of intelligence is artificial super intelligence, where we are going on, where we are moving towards. We have yet not reached to the artificial super intelligence. So artificial super intelligence is machine consciousness. Narrow intelligence is machine learning. General intelligence is machine intelligence. You are making machine intelligent. And the last one, that is the super intelligence, is machine consciousness. And intellect that is much smarter than the best human brains in practically every field. That is what we are thinking about super intelligence. And let me tell you, we have not reached to the artificial super intelligence level yet. Next, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. So where we are right now, we are at general intelligence. So the current technology is here, machine intelligence. And where we are moving towards the machine consciousness. But it will take time. How long it will take? It is very difficult to say because the technology is growing at a rapid speed. We are having supercomputers available with us. We are having large language models available with us. So maybe very soon we can reach to that one. But the accuracy is a thing that will decide whether we are able to classify, predict, or we are able to take a decision at the highest security or not. That is the question that we should leave for the future. Next, please. Now, next one is based on functionality. So we have seen there are four categories: reactive machine. So what is reactive machine? AI capable of responding to external stimuli in real time. The external input which is given, your AI system should be able to react it in real time. Now, when I say real time, it doesn't mean it should done it should get done in nanosecond, microsecond, millisecond, or second. So the definition of the real time over here is that the minimum time that is required to give the answer. It should not happen that you ask a question and you are getting answer after 1 hour. No. Yeah, but if you are getting answer in let us say 1 second or 10 seconds, that is fine. So that may be considered as a real time. Unable to build memory or store information for future. So the reactive machine, it will not be able to build memory or store information for future. So what are the examples of reactive machines? Deep Blue. So you must have heard of Gary Kasparov, who was once upon a time chess champion. So Deep Blue was a machine that was created to play chess against human computer, and it has defeated Gary Kasparov. Next one is a limited memory. So AI that can store knowledge and use it to learn and train for future tasks, which was not possible with the help of reactive machine. The limited memory is able to store the knowledge and learn it and use it for learning purpose and train for future tasks. So here we are talking about the autonomous vehicle or self-driving cars. And the best example is Tesla's autopilot system that falls under category of limited memory. Next one is the theory of mind. AI that can sense and respond to human emotions. Now, you see, we are not talking about questions, we are talking about emotion, right? Plus, perform the task of limited memory machine. So, example is Sophia. Sophia is something I think everybody is aware of. And the another example is Kismet. Last but not least in this category is self-aware. AI that can recognize others' emotions, plus has sense of self and human level intelligence, which is the final stage of AI. And this form of AI is currently not available. So you can consider the self-aware as the super intelligence category of the AI. Next, please. We'll just compare the weak eye and strong eye over here. Uh, So weak AI, we are talking about narrow AI, and strong AI, we are talking about the general AI and super intelligence. So weak AI has a narrow application with limited scope, whereas strong has wider application and the scope is much wider. Weak AI is good for specific tasks, but strong AI has incredible human level intelligence. The example of a weak AI is Siri and Alexa, and example of strong AI is advanced robotic system. That is where we are moving towards. Yeah, next please. Till now we were talking about the artificial intelligence, but as we know, every coin has two sides. So we need to understand the advantages and disadvantages of the AI system so that there there has to be a control, a security, so that it cannot be misused for other purpose. Because whenever you are designing a system, you are looking at the application of the system. But after the product has been prepared, there are people who misuse that thing. So the advantage of the artificial intelligence is it helps in reducing the minimum human error. It helps in lessening repetitive tasks like washing machine is a very small example of this. So it will keep on doing that task again and again and again and again. Yeah, I'm not saying that washing machine is artificial intelligence. It is an embedded system where the artificial intelligence may be added to do some additional tasks, provide digital assistance, and faster and more accurate decisions. These are possible, or these are the advantages of the artificial intelligence system. Let's talk about disadvantage. Cost overruns. Of course, it is quite costly system. Dearth of talent. You'll not find out many people who are good with artificial intelligence. Lack of practical products, and the last, that as I mentioned earlier, potential of misuse. It can be misused for other purpose. For example, you might have seen a web series called Asur 2, and it was all about preparing a system that can be used for, I mean, you can destroy the whole human existence. So this may be one of the disadvantage, or one of the most potential disadvantage of artificial intelligence. Next, please. So if somebody wants to have skill in artificial intelligence, so there are certain prerequisites for it. First and foremost, a strong hold on mathematics. Yeah, I'm not talking about whole mathematics, but you should have good knowledge of calculus, statistics, and probability. Then you should have good experience in programming languages like Java, Python, C, and C++. A strong hold in understanding and writing algorithms. A strong background in data analytical skills. Good amount of knowledge in discrete mathematics. And it will help you to learn machine learning languages. Yes, ma'am. Next, please. Yeah, this I have already discussed. So, machine learning is nothing but the sub domain of artificial intelligence, which has ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. Next, please. So we have seen definition of learning. Let's have a quick look at the definition of machine learning. So machine learning, it is a computer program which is said to learn from experience E with respect to some class of task T and performance measure P. If its performance at task in T is measured by P improves with experience E. Okay, let me make it very simple. Based upon experience, you will be able to take decision for certain tasks. But the decision that you have taken, whether it was 8 par or not, for that there has to be some performance metrics. So every time you take a decision, you are going to measure the performance, right? So when the performance is improving again and again and again, so that is happening because of the experience. So when you do certain tasks repetitive, you'll find out every next time you are going to improve that thing. Either you'll be taking less amount of time to complete the task, or you'll be adding something into that. So this is the definition that was given by Tom Michel. So machine learning is nothing but enabling machines to process data in a way that it can be used to make future decisions. It is a study of computer algorithms that allow computer programs to automatically improve through experience. That is a general definition of machine learning. Ma'am, next please. Well, why machine learning? Because we are having an intelligent human soul level. So, what is the need of going for machine learning? The problem is no human expert. Now, when I say no human expert, I didn't mean that humans are not expert. But we don't have humans who are expert in almost each and everything. For example, you'll not find out human experts in large numbers for industrial and manufacturing control. You'll not find out experts for mass spectrometer analysis, drug decision, and astronomic discovery. Black box human expertise like face, handwriting, and speech recognition, driving a car, flying a plane. You'll find out that in a lot of areas, the artificial intelligence has already reached to certain levels, but still it has not reached to the super level. Rapidly changing phenomena, credit scoring, financial modeling, diagnosis, and fraud detection. So you'll find out application of artificial intelligence, and that is becoming possible because of the machine learning algorithms. Because whatever the data is available, that is being fed to the model is learning from it, and it is improving its efficiency with the new set of data that is being given to it. Need for customization or personalization, like personalized newsreader, movie, or book recommendation system. Next one. Now, machine learning is easy or hard? Yeah, probably this particular slide is going to give you that information. So when you are looking the left hand side image, you can see a horse over here. And I can say that the horse is in running condition, though it is single image. But I can say, based upon my experience, that the horse is in running condition. But the same picture seen by learning algorithm is in terms of some zeros and ones. So now you can see that the amount of complexity, the amount of challenge that machine learning algorithm has. Next, please. Now, there are different dimensions of learning systems. Some of them I have already talked about, like whether it is a supervised learning, unsupervised learning, which is unlabeled image, semi-supervised, where you are having both labeled as well as unlabeled image, and reinforcement learning, that is a reward-based system. Next one is a representation type. So attribute based, where you are having a feature vector, and relational, where you are having a first order logic. And the last category is use of knowledge, that is empirical, which is knowledge free, and analytical, which is a knowledge guided system. Next, please. Well, without mathematics, as we know, nothing is possible. So I'm just bringing some amount of a bit of mathematics into picture over here. So in the supervised learning, either we are having a prediction. So we want to predict if this is the data available today. Or for example, let me take the example of uh, temperature data, right? So I want to predict what would be the temperature tomorrow at 3 p.m. Is it possible? Yes, now it is possible because tomorrow is 10th of November 2023, but we are having historical data of 10th November from maybe 1900 to 2022. So your system is going to learn that what would have been the temperature from 1900 to 2022 on 10th of November. And based upon that, it can predict that probably this is going to be the temperature. So Xn is nothing but your input, which is the n dimension, and R is the real data that you are having, because your temperature is not only 1, 2, 3, it can be, let us say, 30.3 degrees Celsius. Similarly, this for this input data, there is yn, that is output, which is again a real number. Then classification, which is just going to say yes or no if it is a binary class, or if it is a multi-class, in that case it is going to say uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let us say dog, cat, motor, vehicle, etc. Then comes regression, where you are going to get the real values. Next part is the unsupervised learning. So here, if you look at the equation, so yn member of R is not available. That means you are not having labeled data available with you. So whatever inputs are there, that inputs has to be either converted into certain groups, like clustering is one of the best example. So you can have three groups, you can have four groups, you can have five, you can have eight, or you can have two groups based upon the data that is available over there. Then probability distribution estimation, finding association, and dimension reduction. These are the questions that we ask in the unsupervised learning, or these are the areas that we explore in unsupervised. Then comes semi-supervised and reinforcement learning. So in reinforcement learning, which is basically a decision-making system, like a robot, or it may be a chase machine system. Next, please. Fine. Now, if I have to do a machine learning, what should be the steps? The first and the foremost step is collecting data. Then exploring and preparing the data, because the raw data that is available, not necessary, it is in a form that can be directly given to the machine. So you need to explore the data and you need to prepare the data so that it can be given to the machine model. Then there are several machine learning approaches available. So out of that, you need to select the most appropriate machine learning algorithm. Like it can be a support vector machine, it can be artificial neural network, it can be a random forest, likewise. Then you have to train the model on the data that you have prepared. Once the training is being done, then you need to evaluate the performance of the model, that how accurate the model is. And if the accuracy of the model is not correct, then you need to improve the performance of the model. Once the model is ready, then just give the uh, unknown data to that model and see how accurately it is predicting or how accurately it is classifying this. So after these steps have been completed, if the model appears to be performing satisfactorily, it can be deployed for its intended task. Next, please. I'll just quickly go through some glimpses. So like here you'll see the application of machine learning in medical imaging. And the vertical axis indicates the revenue in uh, $1 million. So by 2024, it is expected that the revenue would be somewhere more than $1,400 million for breast, lung, neurological, and cardiovascular and other diseases. Next. These are the different machine learning domains: supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement learning. The reinforcement learning is for real-time decision, gaming, learning tasks, skill acquisition, and robot navigation. Similarly, supervised learning is for classification, customer retention, diagnostic, forecasting, prediction, process optimization, and new insights. And if we look at the unsupervised, it is for customer segmentation, targeted marketing, recommendation system, big data visualization, then feature elicitation, and structure discovery. Next, please. Next. I think the image is not available. Yeah, next one. Here is if you are not aware of the classification and regression, so you will see regression is what is the temperature going to be tomorrow. That is prediction, and classification whether it is a hot or cold. Next. Here is the supervised learning. So you'll see the label is being given as a kit, that is step 1, which is given to the machine. The step 2 is you are feeding the new unlabeled information to the machine, and the machine is able to differentiate between cat and not cats. So the types of problems to which it is suited: if it is a classification, then you are sorting items into the category, and if it is a regression, then you are identifying the real values like dollars, weights, etc. Next, please. Now, unsupervised. Just see, in this step one, you are not having a label data. You are having cat and dogs given over there, and you are feeding it to the machine. Now, in the second step, the machine is going to observe it and it is going to categorize it into two different groups. One group is having cat and another group is having. So it is basically the similarity in like each of the group has similar type of objects or similar types of items. So the type of problems to which the unsupervised machine learning algorithm is suitable is clustering, where you are identifying similarity in the group, and anomaly detection, which is a hacker intruding in our network. That is the best example of unsupervised machine learning algorithm. Next, please. Fine. So, if somebody wants to have expertise in artificial intelligence, so just see what is required. So, you need a vehicle. The wheels of the vehicles are statistics and computer science. So in statistics, inference, sampling, distribution, probability, Bayesian methods are there. And in computer science, you need to understand the algorithm, its complexity, different types of databases, big data, and performance. And your vehicle is running on a highway. So the highway is nothing but uh, which will take you to the artificial intelligence with the help of clustering, classification, regression, reinforcement learning, and all the things that we have talked, that we have seen uh, as of now. Next, please. These are some of the Python libraries which one must explore for machine learning. So, like PyTorch, TensorFlow, Keras. Similarly, for the visualization purpose, you can think of Matplotlib, then Seaborn, Pyrot. For mathematics, SciPy, NumPy, then for natural language tasks, then Spacey and Gensim. And for data manipulation and analysis, Pandas and Scrapy. Next, please. Yeah, applications we have already seen. Next, please. Yeah, I'll just quickly go through different domains like AI in data security. So, threat detection, security management, securing authentication, endpoint protection, malware prevention, and data breach prediction. This is where the AI finds its application in data security. Next. Then AI in automated or connected vehicles. So you'll see a lot of sensors are there: lidar, camera, GPS, wheel encoder, onboard unit, ultrasonic sensor, radar. So all these sensors are going to collect data, and this data is going to be fed into the machine learning algorithm, which will help the automatic or the self-driving cars to take certain decision under certain considerations. Next, please. Well, social media, just WhatsApp, then Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and whatnot. Google, Yahoo, Facebook, everything is there. Next, healthcare. So it is being used in diagnostic and treatment. It is being used for patient flow optimization, detect process of inefficiency. It is being used for patients with similar profiles, treatments with similar cost benefit ratio. It is used for discovery of clinical trials, hypothesis generation, proof of concept. It is used in precision medicine like genomics and well-being chronic disease management applications, virtual assistant, and uh, that hospital-acquired infections, emergence of complication, and readmission rate. So probably Corona period was something that has given uh, a region where artificial intelligence has been used or explored in healthcare. Next, please. Then you'll find out the application of artificial intelligence in agriculture, climate change detection, quality education, gender quality, good jobs and economic growth, peace and justice, no hunger, no poverty. So this is for socio-economic domain. Next, please. It has got application in digital marketing, where online advertising, predictive analysis, e-commerce, content generation, AI-powered chatbots, email marketing, content curation, all these things are being basically explored with the help of artificial intelligence. Next, please. Healthcare, early detection, then help in treatment, associated care. You just think of and you'll find out artificial intelligence is having a lot of application in all the domains. What you need to do, you have to just pick up the domain where you are interested in, and probably you'll be able to contribute something into that. Next. So these are some of the best examples. ChatGPT, Google Map. Next. Self-driving cars, Mujero. So Mujere is an AI algorithm. Then wearables, smart assistants, where Alexa, Siri, all these things are, and Snapchat filters. Next, please. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening me. Uh, it's been almost an hour. I really appreciate that you people have devoted time to listen me. Thank you so much. Madam, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the session. So I have some questions here.
Please, ma'am.
Yeah, explain the concept of explainable AI and its significance in AI and ML. How does it affect decision making in critical applications like healthcare or finance? Finance.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, as of now, the artificial intelligence has been considered as a black box. So you are giving some input and some output is there. But what was the correlation between the input and output? Like if we talk about that, if I say that the classification or the prediction is only 98% accurate. So the 2% inaccuracy that I was getting, I was not having idea that why it is inaccurate. So in the explainable eye, it correlates each and every term that why the inaccuracy is occurring over there. And this is the area which is being explored nowadays. That if you are saying that, okay, for this input, this is the output, then you need to give me the uh, actual logic that why this one is correct, why it is not wrong.
Yeah, okay. So, in the context of AI ethics and discuss the challenges and the potential solutions associated with bias and fairness in machine learning algorithms.
Well, there are several challenges available over here. As I mentioned, that if somebody wants to explore the AI, probably they need to start from the scratch. But what is happening nowadays? What you are doing, you are simply taking the data. You are taking one model which is being available, which is being prepared for certain application. You are feeding it, and you are getting some output. And you are saying, okay, this is the best accuracy that I'm getting. But we need to understand there is something called tailor-made. So if I want to have a shirt or maybe a coat for me, then if I go to a mall, I'm going to get something which may not fit directly on me. There would be some tolerance will be there. So the tailor made is asking that you need to understand your data first. You need to have a better understanding of the data, and at the same time you should be able to see that what result you want to get. If these two clarity is there, then you can you can tune the hyperparameters in such a way that the features which is extracted from the data and the classifiers which is being used to classify the data will lead to the accurate result.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So, can you provide any examples of recent breakthroughs in deep learning and how have they impacted on real world applications?
uh, See, genomics is one such area which is being explored nowadays, and especially the break of coronavirus has given a lot of impact. So Yeah, of course, a lot of things are going on, but one of the example that I would like to quote over here is, for example, if you see that in during Corona we had one application. The government of India has asked everybody has to install that application so that they can identify that in their nearby area how many people are infected or not. So, probably with the help of that, the government was able to see the spread of the coronavirus in society, in a state, in that. But sometimes, like there was a reason to believe that whatever data that we are getting, that were not pretty accurate. The reason was that, like for me, right? If somebody will say whether I was infected or not, if I say no, though I was infected, but I have given that, okay, I'm not infected. So I'm sending wrong data over there. So when the data is wrong, but obviously your machine is going to learn into that. So it's a socio behavior change that we are looking at. So whenever a government is doing certain survey in order to predict or in order to develop a policy, my algorithm or the machine learning model that I'm going to use, that may be accurate or that may be inaccurate. But the data that is being given, if it is inaccurate, then your machine learning model is of no use. So data collection is something that is actually the biggest challenge for any policy making decision to be done with the help of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the answers. The questions are over here. So the answers are very useful. I hope the access and the participants can understand about that. So finally, so ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Arvind Yadav for gracing us with his invaluable insights and expertise on the topic of exploring perspectives of AI and ML. Dr. Yadav's profound knowledge and dedication to the field have truly enriched our understanding of these transformative technologies. Dr. Yadav, your comprehensive presentation and your ability to make complex concepts accessible to all of us were truly commendable. We are deeply appreciate of your time, energy, and the passion with which you shared your wisdom, your extensive experience, not only in academic, but as a researcher and a mentor has inspired us to delve deeper into the realm of AI and ML. Your contributions to the academia and your commitment to the development of cutting edge solutions are nothing short of exemplary. So, once again, thank you, Dr. Arvind Yadav, for your enlightening session and for being an inspiration to all of us in the pursuit of knowledge and innovation. Your presence has made a significant impact, and we look forward to your continued contribution to the world of AI and ML. So, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thanks.